Imagine this: a colossal vessel, a floating palace once hailed as unsinkable, a ship the size of a small city, now lying in silent darkness on the ocean floor. It has rested there for more than a century, a ghost of the Gilded Age preserved in the cold, crushing deep. For decades, it was lost, a legend whispered among treasure hunters and historians. Then, in 1985, the world held its breath as its location was finally confirmed. Now, everyone knows exactly where it is. And yet, no one has brought it back up. Not a single significant piece of the hull has ever been returned to the surface. It remains in its watery grave, a permanent resident of the abyss. Why? What holds us back? Is it forbidden by some unwritten law of the sea? Is the very idea impossible, a fantasy defeated by physics? Or is there something much bigger hiding under the water, a truth more profound than the wreck itself? The answer is a complex tapestry of science, ethics, and respect. The Titanic sits at around 12,500 feet deep, about 3.8 kilometers below the surface of the North Atlantic. To put that into perspective, imagine taking the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa, and plunging it upside down into the ocean. The Titanic rests more than 4 times deeper than that. That number isn't just a measurement, it's a different world. A world without sunlight, with immense bone-crushing pressure and temperatures hovering just above freezing. In this video, we'll journey down into that world to uncover the real reasons the Titanic has never been raised. Before we start, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next mystery we explore. The deeper you go, the more the pressure increases, until it feels like the ocean is literally trying to crush everything. At Titanic depth, lifting something that massive means pulling an object that has been squeezed for decades, and it may break apart before it even moves. One problem, Number 2. Titanic isn't one ship anymore. It's 2 halves and a vast debris field. The popular image, often reinforced by movies, is of a grand, silent ship resting peacefully on the ocean floor, waiting to be discovered. But the reality is far more complex and tragic. The Titanic isn't sitting there intact. During its violent descent to the bottom, the immense stress on its hull caused it to break apart. Today, the wreck lies in 2 main pieces: the bow and the stern. These sections are separated by about 600 meters, or nearly 2,000 feet, a distance equivalent to the length of 6 football fields. Between them, and scattered over an area of 15 square miles, is a huge debris field. This underwater landscape is a mosaic of thousands of artifacts, from personal belongings like shoes and luggage, to heavy machinery from the engine rooms and large fragments of the hull itself. Mapping this entire site has been a monumental challenge for oceanographers. Each object tells a part of the story of the ship's final moments. So, this raises a fundamental question for any recovery effort. If you were to raise the Titanic, which part would you even choose? The bow? The stern? And how could you possibly justify recovering one section while leaving the vast, story-rich debris field, and thus most of the human tragedy, behind? Deep-sea microbes feed on the iron and create strange formations called rusticles. Over time, they weaken and eat away the ship's structure. Newer images show clear changes and collapses happening over the years. So if you tried to lift the Titanic today, there's a real chance you wouldn't rescue it. You'd destroy it with your own hands. 4. Why not just bring giant cranes? On paper, you can write any plan, but in reality, you'd need incredible lifting equipment, a safe way to attach support to fragile, corroded metal, perfect balance, and calm conditions in the middle of the Atlantic. And the cost? Astronomical. So high that many experts consider it economically unrealistic. For many people, the Titanic isn't just a historic wreck. It's a gravesite and a memorial for more than 1,500 lives. That's why the idea of raising it often meets ethical resistance before it even meets engineering resistance. 6th, we face a labyrinth of legal and ethical questions. Beyond the immense physical challenges, there's a powerful human dimension that asks, who even has the right to disturb the Titanic? The moment the wreck was discovered in 1985, It became more than just a sunken ship. It became a site of intense legal debate governed by complex maritime law. It's not a simple case of finders keepers. The only company with legal rights to the site, RMS Titanic, Incorporated, was granted salvor in possession rights. This means they can recover artifacts from the debris field surrounding the wreck, which they have done for decades. However, this right has never extended to owning the hull itself or undertaking a full-scale recovery of the main ship sections. Their role has been one of a custodian, not an owner with unlimited permissions. Furthermore, the international community has stepped in. In 2001, the UNESCO Convention on the Protection of the Underwater Cultural Heritage was established, providing a framework to safeguard sites like this. The US and the UK also signed a treaty specifically to protect the wreck, treating it as an international maritime memorial. This recognizes the site as the final resting place for the more than 1,500 souls lost in the disaster. Any intrusive action is now seen not just as a salvage operation, but as the desecration of a grave. So even if technology one day said maybe, the law, ethics, and our collective sense of respect would almost certainly still say no. Sadly, with continued corrosion and collapses, large parts may eventually become unrecognizable. That's why many modern efforts focus on scanning and 3D mapping the Titanic, instead of trying to raise it. So, the Titanic hasn't been raised, not because nobody thought about it, but because you face three barriers at once: the crushing depth, the time that's eating the ship, and the human choice to let it rest. If you want more videos about deep-sea mysteries and hidden stories under the ocean, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one.